Hello, this is Samsai again, and welcome back to Stellaris. So, we're continuing with our cherry version of the game in our 001 hub. And we're going to attempt to continue our conquest of the galaxy. Or rather, well, not necessarily conquest, but our assimilation of the galaxy. So last time we established a frontier. We have the Izar and the Pact systems under our control, and well, the longer term goal is to control the prism infested system of Yump. But considering this is a fairly sizable fleet of nastiness, and our security echelon is only 1.6k in fleet power, I don't think we can take this on quite yet. What this is like... Well, I mean, if we round this up a little bit, we're going to need like a 10k fleet. More than that, in fact, because these are like 2.5, so two of these form a 5k, so it's like, let's say a good 12k is like about what is needed to take that on. And I'd like to go in with superior numbers regardless. I mean, we can maybe somehow like lure some of these away to attack us without engaging the rest of them, but I don't trust that, those kinds of tactical maneuvers to be feasible. But this system is effectively blocking us from access to this area of space. And the hierarchy of value is also quite blocking us. So we're basically cornered at this point. And we have two ways to proceed. Either we wait and build up so that we can destroy and conquer the system of Yump. Or we proceed to take over some territory from our neighbors. And the obvious enemies right now are the Havariga Technocracy and the Hierarchy of Value, and I think both of these guys are quite... They are not quite happy with me in the way I'm conducting myself. And I think they've even like set up a defensive pact with each other. And they're considered superior right now in fleet power. So that means basically a massive build-up is required regardless. But then the real question is, how do we go about utilizing that build-up? So right now we have, let's actually have a look-see at our fleet management. So our naval capacity has already been exceeded. Really? Have we already exceeded our... Nah, I think it's not counting that correctly. Or it's counting this... Oh, it's counting this fleet in its entirety. So I have to actually decrease the amount of destroyers that have been assigned to this fleet, because that will otherwise blow over our naval capacity. Now I can reinforce this fleet. It's going to require a little bit of extra minerals to do so, to get it to full capacity. But this is still not quite enough. So let's go through my systems and let's see if there is anything we can clearly do. Also traditions, those are always fun. Yeah, let's increase my research alternatives with the research path optimization. And then let's start going through all of these places. I can turn this into an engineering facility. Like, my economy is doing good at this point, so it's mainly just about building stuff up further. This place could be upgraded, but sadly we don't have the minerals to do so. And like, I'm kind of putting off the like proper field or the fleet upgrade, but we're not going to be able to support much of a fleet with this situation either way.
Tile blocker expunged.
Yep. So Let's just build up some, like, science labs, upgrade some of these administrative arrays, get stuff built up a little bit. And are there any planets that I intend to take over? There is that planet, but I'm not sure if we have a... I guess we're not colonizing it at the moment. Well, I mean, it's going to still produce some minerals. And it is actually going to run us into our directly controlled colonized systems cap. What were the other things that I was considering last time? This place doesn't have any extra systems or planets to be controlled. This place doesn't have any controllable planets. I think it might have, like... Oh, right, actually, this is already part of this sector. Now I can easily sectorize this world. Yeah, what the hell, let's just get that system colonized. We're going to build our colony ship at 001. And yeah, what the hell, let's bring in my 001s here to rule this place, and then we're just going to add it to the sector. Okay, we have some new research. How is the sector doing, by the way? It's still kind of bleeding energy, but it is starting to build up a reasonable stockpile of minerals. So, now we have the star holes, which are good. Let's get... I do want the crystal-infused plating, but I'm not sure if that's that necessary. Let's go autocannons. That seems to be always a reasonable course of action. But the good thing is that the Hoveriga technocracy is not much larger than me. Which means that they are also kind of stuck in a at a certain cap of like ability to grow and expand and grow stronger. The hierarchy of Valu, on the other hand, is suffering from the problem that the Kim freeholders are in the middle. And the Kim are likely going to cause some border clashing with the hierarchy, which is fine by me. In fact, I might even be able to leave them mostly as is.
Technological acquisition successful.
Oh, wait. Incoming Umasera raid. A raiding fleet belonging to the previously unknown species has been detected approaching our borders. These savages, who call themselves Umasera, have apparently been paid by a rivaling foreign power to attack our systems. They're transmitting a message directed at us on an open channel. You have many enemies to Wamak. They don't like you very much. Even pay us to bash your systems. We happy to oblige. That's not good. It's not good at all. Let's get cold fusion reactors. So a fleet is incoming. So here's where Umasera are. Can we ask who paid to raid us? That secret Dwamak. They were Dwamaks like yourself, but other Dwamaks. That's all I can say. We have plenty of enemies. I was hoping that these guys would mostly stick to infighting and stuff, but it seems that they have decided not to pursue that. Now, where are they possibly going to come from? They could come from here, or they could come from here. If they come from here, it's entirely possible that they might run into the Kim territory. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to order my fleet around as need arises. Right now I have no clear way of protecting myself. And I cannot upgrade the Ruby station into a Starhold. At least not yet. I might do it just to provide a little bit of extra security for Zero, but like, once again, not sure if that's where they're going to come from. But this is basically going to mean trouble. Big trouble.
Construction complete.
In fact, the better idea might be to upgrade my fleet, although my fleet is going to also offer merely minor defense.
System survey complete.
Let's see what happens to the fleet. They might or might not make it here, but they likely will. And I'm not very happy about it. I generally don't like the whole raider mechanic. I did have it enabled for this game. Next time I'm playing, I might not have these guys on.
Construction complete.
And we'll see quite soon why that is the case.
Complete.
Okay, my security echelon is at least now at 1.9k, so almost 2k in ability. If they decide to come through this area, they will they will run into the kin freeholders and the Yump system before they get to us, which is all good. Just wondering if I should like improve defenses and where I should do that. Izar system would be a decent place to start, not that Ruby's is a bad place to start. In fact, Ruby's might even be more important because it acts as a block for the Kim freeholders. Although Izar does protect us against the hovering guy. Okay, well that explains it. Okay, that's where they are coming from. It's a 4K fleet. Well, both of these guys will have to back off into our core systems. I have a feeling that they're going to come raiding this way, which means that I'm going to meet them at Ruby's. Because then my fleet combined with the station there can at least put up a fight. I'm gonna see if I can even get that to a star hole to improve its health. But yeah, that's a 4K fleet,
Station engaged.
And we cannot really do anything about it. Like all of these planets and mines and such here are basically going to have to go because we cannot.
Mining station deconstructed.
This is just stuff that we cannot protect. And they seem to be headed this way.
System survey complete.
Yes, they seem to be headed this way, which works for us. As a raiding fleet, I don't think they are going to start bombing my colony, but they will most definitely try to destroy any mines, science stations, etc. And the faster we get these guys to attack the Ruby's station, the better. And the faster we get the Ruby station up to standards, the better. Because this acts as a decent block against them.
Spaceport engaged.
I mean, I don't have particularly great expectations against these. I mean, this is still a significantly larger fleet than what we have, but they might, if they sustain enough casualties, they might decide that they have better things to do than kill us off. Sadly, it seems that this Starhold is not going to upgrade fast enough. So let's see how this goes.
Alert. Spaceport engaged.
Alright. Well, we have our spaceport and our fleet. The fleet does carry an admiral. And at least these, like, not all of these casualties that we're sustaining right now are going to be permanent. Just hoping that they decide to turn off and, you know, go away after they take some casualties themselves. But yeah, my fleet didn't even stand a chance. And this upgrade is most definitely on hold. I mean, at least we have caused some of their some casualties onto them. The security echelon lost, like, well, slightly less than half of its force, and they're currently MIA. So that station is definitely toast. But hopefully that's enough to, you know, sate them. Yeah. Okay, the station has been destroyed and now they're moving off to destroying my mining stations. Another entering orbit of Ruby's Prime. I wonder if they're going to bomb that thing to smithereens. I mean, I don't think they will take over any systems, but they might bomb it. Okay, they are conducting some kind of a bombing. This might be part of their raid stuff. But yeah, this fleet is completely shattered, and they are basically not an effective fighting force anymore. If we send them against them again, we'd be suffering certain casualties, and they wouldn't even help us a whole lot with this. So the best thing we can do right now is to like sit tight, get these guys repaired, and then take them on at the next station. Yeah, they're most definitely bombing this place. So that is considered okay. Orbital bombardment, indiscriminate bombardment targets, blah 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 blah. So it is I guess indiscriminate bombardment of the planet. So yeah, not much I could do there, sadly. I mean, it's probably not a game over yet, but this is definitely going to set us back. And every single piece of mineral that we have left right now will have to go into just reinforcing. Because we need to stop them at some point.
Planetary alert. Building offline.
Okay, Raiders hit Ruby's Prime. So it has been a hit-and-run attack on Ruby's Prime, and yeah, they have already returned to their orbit without us even being able to react. Okay, fleet command limit plus 20, that's good. We don't have the research capability to research regenerative health issue in any reasonable amount of time. Let's get those tile blockers cleared. We have bashed enough, no more bashing needed now. Our ship's holds full. We go back to Miklor's Vortex now, yes. Yes, please, do go. Okay, now begins the task of cleaning this place up again. Like I said, they are raiders, they do not really... They do not care about capturing planets or something like that. But that definitely hits us hard. Defense platform hull points would be probably a good idea.
Alert. Station engaged.
Oh, and they're just engaging these stations while they're passing them by. So it's nothing for us to worry about, really. Okay, the real question is, can I get a
technological
another ship is performing or has performed what? That's odd. Also, we did technically have a fight there, so let's research that project because there's debris now in that system. And yes, physics research. I don't think the energy grid is that useful. What the hell? Let's get those, because I think that technology leads into more energy construction thingies. Oh yeah, it's that construction module which is currently responsible of constructing all of these mining stations here, which means that we can focus our efforts on constructing these mining stations along the border.
Planetary surface settlement established.
Now let's just hope that the Kim freeholders are in bad terms with these guys, because the hierarchy of value will no doubt send them at me if they just can.
Ship fragments dissected.
Yeah, because we are analyzing all of this, we can get a slight bit of extra research regarding various technologies, which is just very good for us. And you apparently have done all you can. Is there anything that I should tell you to do? There is these orbital stations and colony ruins, but I guess you are too dumb. Do we have anyone that is like more capable? You are more capable, but you're currently conducting... Well, I guess this science here isn't really helping us much, is it? Okay, I'm recalling that person to take control of my science vessel here. Because he's not doing much. Let's start researching these various colony ruins and various other pieces of science within my own empire. And we can have someone dumber can take care of this for now. I mean, it is good to have like an idea what is in these systems. It's just not extremely important in our short-term plans right now. It's more important for us to maybe get something out of like researching these areas closer to us for now. Up. Okay. So, the next question is, how much did we actually lose in the Ruby system? Okay, well clearly our station is still alright, so that's good. What could I possibly want here? Could we use more... We could maybe use more defensive capability here. I think that attack basically showcased to us that what we have here is not nearly enough. So having some gun batteries probably wouldn't be the worst idea ever. We also need to upgrade this station here into a starhold. And there have been some sightings of precursor technology. It's very good. That's kind of what we're doing right now with this scientist. Well, these colony ruins and orbital stations are related to the precursors. Okay, yeah, that's a power plant, and that's good for us, at least for these guys. Although the Ruby's prime sector has managed to catch up. I'm not sure how they did it, but they certainly have. But that is still going to be a very useful piece of technology regardless. I would like to invest more in various kinds of defensive abilities, but as it is right now, we need to kind of get an economy rolling, and then we can start building up.
Project complete.
Okay, well that's one Eurasian artifact that we have recovered. That's very good. So this is related to the precursors, the Eurasians quest line. We have this, and this all here, and for us to actually complete this, we need to recover 6 pieces of Eurasian artifacts, and then the location of the Eurasian homeworld should be revealed to us.
Technological acquisition successful.
That's good. That's very good. We need biolabs, because right now our bio or society research sucks. So we need to make that a little bit better. And Avium was the place where we spotted signs of Eurasian artifact activity. Do we have anyone near? No, we don't. We have just this guy. But I guess after you're done with all of this, you may visit Avim and have a look at what is going on there. So what is this? science vessel. So you're not doing anything. How about you go do something? It's probably good for you.
System survey complete.
And someone is sending us diplomatic insults. Interesting. I guess the Sin Star regime doesn't really care for us too much either. Can I actually... Oh, but we don't have... We already established this. We don't have... Yeah, we can't raid targets. So both of these guys are also recovering from their previous raids, which means that they are not capable of raiding anyone right now. Where do we have hostile fleets? Oh, it's in some faraway system. Nobody even cares. Izar. We need to get this thing up to a starhold. And we probably should even establish a series of defensive fortifications in the Fuct and Terzom systems.
Project complete.
Alright, that's a little bit of engineering research on top of the fact that we got an artifact out of it. That's kind of what I'm going for. I'm like not necessarily researching all of these pieces of artifacts just because I want to know where the Russian homeworld is. I also want to have the small bonuses of figuring all of that stuff out. Alright, well, system survey, that's fine. Yeah, I'm constructing a couple of stations here along the border as well. Because if these guys decided to attack me, then we'd have some kind of a defensive line here. Building those up into something that is like more usable as a defense line might not be really what I'm doing with them. I might turn them more into kind of like research, not research, but like resource production and maybe even like anchorage or shipyard kind of things.
Technological acquisition successful.
Well, that's the biolab we needed. And let's get the biolab 2 while we're here.
System survey complete.
I mean, what I can always do as well, in addition to building those gun batteries and all of that, Ripper autocannon, can I get that in a reasonable amount of time? Not yet, anyway. Okay, I'm gonna get engineering facility 2 because I think that starts us getting that gets us moving towards the bigger ships like the cruisers and battleships.
System survey complete.
Oh, that is perfectly fine.
Construction complete.
Okay, that means that we have the Fuct station up. What I can do always is I can build these defense platforms in addition to building the weapons batteries. These would give me small amounts of extra naval capacity. Having like one of them in Terzam, like having an anchorage here, might not be the worst idea ever. This one I think I'm still going to dedicate towards more gun battery and maybe even hangar bay kind of stuff. Make it a little bit more useful as a bastion.
Construction complete.
But having some anchorages probably wouldn't be the worst idea. This thing is about to upgrade soon, so that's all fine. Okay, what is happening on the planet side? That thing needs to be upgraded to biolab. So in fact, we need to do all of the biolab upgrades now, because we thus far haven't done that. You guys can build a power plant there. And these guys, I think, are waiting for a an upgrade to their administrative side. We can build some power plants though, and those never really go amiss. So how many... Okay, we have 3 out of the 4 we know as far as these Eurasian artifacts are concerned, so we're 50% there.
Construction complete.
We could investigate the Kim freeholders. Or even these aliens. What the hell, let's investigate these guys. I think we already know enough. We know all we need to know about the Kim freeholders. Those guys hopefully not going to cause a mess.
Special project complete.
Ancient mining drones. Okay, we could establish a listening post or see what they're made of. Well, let's see what they're made of.
Log adjusted.
I don't really remember anymore, like, what all of these do. Also, I don't even know where we could find some mining drones.
Construction complete.
Seems that the hierarchy of value is kind of flowing into this area. Oh, okay, so that's more Eurasian artifact stuff. The hierarchy of value is kind of like... It's growing to become a bit of a problem. I don't like the fact that it's moving up in this direction. Because I bet there are systems here that I could use, and those are going to benefit them as much as they're going to... or they would benefit me. And I don't really appreciate that. Not at all. Something about the thoughts kind of makes me annoyed. Okay, these biolabs definitely need to be upgraded. We need to start catching up. Our society research is utterly garbage, but then again that's not really surprising for a race of robots. And the security echelon probably needs some more improvements as well. In fact, have we researched any new weaponry recently? How outdated are my designs? Oh right, yes they are outdated. Let's get these upgraded, shall we? These are very outdated. The defense platforms, I rarely remember to keep them up to date.
Construction complete.
The next round of improvements is going to be just fleet upgrades rather than
Technological acquisition successful.
Fleet build-up. Okay, those are the new power plants that we need.
System survey complete.
Let's get the shields up. As in, let's research the shields, not necessarily do a shields up maneuver where we turn on the shields. Alright, it seems that 001 is now upgrading their ship designs.
Augmentations completed.
Didn't cause a massive increase in our military power, but those autocannons are definitely better than what we had previously. More is definitely going to have to be researched.
System survey complete.
All of this stuff that these guys are doing.
System survey complete.
I mean, it's good that they're doing a lot of work. But it's just, like, a little bit annoying that I'm getting, like, system surveyed information pop-ups here. Or notifications. And, not really much I can do with these systems. It's kind of, like, out of my reach. That's because everyone hates me.
Complete.
Oh, we actually got an artifact out of that. I did not expect that, but we're 5 out of 6 We're on our way. Eventually we will be able to locate the homeworld. It's a completely different question as to whether or not we will actually make it there. Oh, we have apparently had our first contact with the Kim Freeholders. Really. Yeah, I don't care about you. You're raiders like your brethren on the other side of the galaxy. I think there is a possibility that these guys might start to form like an empire of their own. So why is there just a... Oh, there are the Sapphire Lurkers here, and the Reub Sacred Principality have not wanted to expand there because they, I'm guessing they don't have the fleet capacity to take those guys on. There's another one of these pockets here.
Construction complete.
These are mostly just those power stations. So not really a priority right now. Getting these up is more of a priority. You should totally turn that into an engineering facility. And we probably should be taking some of these research stations here as well. At least the bigger ones, like the Ridathi and the Excelia stations. Oh, and for whatever reason we have not taken the one at Euros at all. Well, that's something we can take next, maybe? Yes.
Construction complete.
We also need to improve the Zero station.
Construction complete.
We can't really produce any extra defense platforms yet. Okay, how are these guys doing as far as like... Okay, they are also considered fleet power superior, but they have the same amount of naval capacity as I do. And their technology is equivalent. The problem is that they have the defense pact. So whatever aggression we have against these guys is going to be reflected on this side of the galaxy as well, which is rather unfortunate, and it requires us to actually build up these bastions here.
Military confrontation detected.
Okay, that is very interesting. So that was the Sathid Sovereign Sons against the Reub Sacred Principality. And yeah, I suppose they have a tiny amount of shared border, and I guess that's the area they're going to be fighting over. Also, there's just... Oh right, this is from the earlier wars, I'm guessing. Yeah, there's just a random protectorate under the control of the PS Oscox Council. Difficult names. Well, we'll keep an eye on that, because the shifting power is good, because we are ultimately aiming to break the status quo. There's the cruisers, and those are needed for us to actually be able to conduct better fleet maneuvers, since they are fairly effective at carrying decent amounts of weapons. And Ruby's 4 has apparently also some whispers of Eurasian activity. Yeah, if like some kind of a different faction starts threatening the hierarchy of value and the Havariga technocracy, they might go to a war. And if they go to a war, that's good, because that's when I strike. Okay, this place now has protection against a fleet of about 1k. We need to also build this up
Complete.
to have a similar defense here. So I'm starting to actually think, and it might be within my best interests to go to war with the Havariga while building up a decent enough defensive fortification here, a line of fortifications, to prevent them from moving into my territory as I take over some territory from the Havariga. Now that requires us to be able to destroy the Havariga fleet and at least contain the Balu fleets within their own area. The problem is that they might reinforce. Actually, they won't reinforce through here because they seem to be afraid of that system. And they might take at least some losses if they went through there.
Technological acquisition successful.
Okay, shields, that's good. Do I need point defense weapons? Eventually, yes. Not sure if the Sentinel is going to be the thing that we really need now, though. Let's upgrade that. And we could even improve some of these. Let's improve the ones that seem to be most profitable right now, which would be just that.
Special project complete.
Okay, that's another Eurasian artifact. Wait, isn't that? Okay, we have located the Eurasian homeworld. Okay, who's the nearest starship? Where is that? Oh, well, it's right there. That's convenient. So Iras is right here, within our empire, no less.
Technological acquisition successful.
Okay, biolab, that's good. Let's get more star bases. I want to build my empire full of star bases.
System survey complete.
That way we can have multi-layered defense against any possible hostile incursions within our space.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
Right, now these guys are also 1.4k.
Construction complete.
And that works for us quite well. I mean, I'm still not like 100% sure what their fleet power right now is. But I'm guessing if it's superior, it probably means that they have a fleet of maybe 3k. I mean, that's definitely more than we can take on right now.
System survey complete.
But it is not something that we couldn't possibly also contain. Okay, so we have found the Eurasian homeworld. So the former homeworld of the Eurasian Concordant, or Concordat, and yeah, has been completely bombed due to the Javorian pox. So yeah, these guys, the Eurasians, as I recall, were people who ruled quite happily, and then they got killed by a mere bug. Or rather, well, some kind of a bacteria or a virus. And yeah, eventually the plague completely and utterly destroyed their whole empire, and they even bombed their own homeworld. The mood amongst the people of the Eurasian homeworld was largely resigned by the time of the destruction of the empire. There was no panic apparently, as they had just accepted the fact that the empire was going to fall. That gives us a whole bunch of unity, a whole bunch of minerals, and a decent chunk of physics research. Also, we do have another world here that we can then study. And I don't think there's anything there to colonize. I think the world has been completely turned into ash. But yeah, it's still good. Let's get that leadership AI thing. And yeah, let's just keep surveying this. And that's the moon of Erasia on the orbit of Eras 6.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Okay, there is an asteroid on the orbit. That's fine. But yeah, that's a decent chunk of stuff for us to actually research.
Technological acquisition successful.
So once we have that place surveyed, we will immediately also get the outpost going there, and then start researching all of that, because that's a decent chunk of extra stuff. Subspace sensors, and that gives us the Black Hole Observatory. I don't remember what the Black Hole Observatory is, but the sensors are no doubt going to be useful here. Because we need to be able to sort of predict fleet movements. And getting some sensors in this area and here would no doubt be very profitable for us, or at least quite helpful for us. Also, now that we have that extra chunk of minerals, how about we upgrade? We're still researching the cruisers, but that's going to be fine. Sadly, we are still kind of capped as far as our naval capacity is concerned, and we also only have one place where we have shipyards, which reminds me I should really build this place up, have more shipyards there. Can I actually build any kind of like observatories here? We have the listening post, which gives us a little bit of sensor range. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to construct here, if I'm completely honest. Because that gives us access to around here, as far as like sensor visibility is concerned, and that's what we want to know.
Construction complete.
And it's looking quite empty, right? Oh, right, we haven't built that up yet. It was a message about something else constructing. Herder. Okay, let's build the outpost there, and then we can build the research outpost. In the meantime, I don't know, go back to 0 or something.
System survey complete. Construction complete.
We should also remember to construct a decent ground force before we start attacking the Havariga, because I don't want to start building my military or my infantry forces while I am in the war, because I always seem to forget that. And I always start building my infantry only when I'm already in a war, which really slows down the offensive and means that I will have to fight an extended period of time while I'm just waiting for my infantry to come in and get ready. I have these 4 armies on Ferdera, but those guys are not going to really be enough.
Construction complete.
I think we need like maybe 13. 13 would probably be enough to do everything we really want to achieve. Okay, now that system is ours. Research stations first, and then let's get those mining stations afterwards, because that's a decent chunk of minerals as well. That's a very good find, in fact. I was pretty sure that the Eras would be like somewhere here, maybe. Somewhere a little bit further away from us, so that it was like not accessible to us. But it seems that it was like within our borders all along. That's all well and good.
System survey complete.
There we go.
System survey complete.
So how is the rest of my empire doing? Apparently the Ruby's prime sector has managed to catch up with their energy stockpile stuff, and they're currently constructing all kinds of wonderful things on these planets.
Construction complete.
Yep,
Construction complete.
they're doing a lot of stuff, and apparently those guys have gone and declared a peace. Okay, so apparently the Reub Sacred Principality has decided to take the Yinium system, but overall nothing major happened as far as like borders are concerned in that bit of a fight. I was hoping that that war would last maybe a little bit longer, maybe move the sovereign sons into this area a little bit more. Because the more border these guys have with the hierarchy of value, the more they're likely to have a bit of a disagreement.
Technological acquisition successful.
Okay. Ah, naval capacity plus 30. That's the one I've been kind of waiting for, because that allows us to construct a whole new fleet. The next fleets are also going to consist of some cruisers.
System survey complete.
And having some kind of a defensive fleet and some kind of an offensive fleet probably wouldn't be the worst idea, considering there is this whole issue of these two worlds. In fact, going into a very quick war to take over Landis might not be even the worst idea ever. I'm just not sure how quick of a war I can make that, because I would have to still capitulate them enough that they would be willing to give up that system. And these guys definitely would object. Do I have a listening post here? No, I don't. Let's have one. And let's get a hangar bay and a gun battery here as well.
System survey complete.
And has this been upgraded? Not fully. And the Hathgum Commonwealth seem to want to exchange some insults. It's like they're egging me on.
System survey complete.
The Hathgum is a decently sized empire. It doesn't look like they have a whole lot of like colonized worlds. They are kind of stuck between empires at this point. Do they hate any people particularly? They have a casus belli on Havorica on the count of animosity. And, well, target of casus belli from me, I mean, I have a casus belli on everyone, don't I? Actually, I don't. Why do I have a casus belli on Hathgum? Because I can basically declare a war on anyone I want under the cause of sublimation. But why are the Hathgum under target from me? Mandate of Hazi has an ideological casus belli on these guys. Could these guys please like go into a war? They're like xenophobes and everything. They are basically worse than me. I mean, I want to assimilate everyone, but at least I don't want to exterminate everyone. So, you know, you should be like relatively happy. These guys, if they had like a bit of a skirmish here, that would be so much fun. They just won't allow it.
Technological acquisition successful.
Ah, there's my cruisers. That's all I needed. Well, not all I needed, but it's definitely something I needed. Let's get some armor on these guys. How about that? No, actually, what I should have... No, but we can't make carriers yet. At least not good ones. Let's get plasteel armor. Make our ships a little bit more durable. And we're already at our cap. But that is going to change once we get the naval capacity plus 30. Okay, you know what? This place... I'm going to upgrade that to a starport. I'm going to have an anchorage at Fermazrioz, whatever that place is. Wonderful place, but I can't pronounce it. But that place is going to be turned into an anchorage. For the simple reason that it is somewhat protected, and I can make use of it as such. This place I could also turn into an anchorage and possibly even some kind of a resource gathering area.
Complete.
I need more fleet capacity. That's the big problem right now.
Technological acquisition successful.
All right, well that's more. Wormhole stabilization. Wormhole travel could be possible this way. I don't think I have any wormholes within my empire though, which is, I suppose, also a good thing because it means nobody can get to me through those. There is the energy nexus, which is basically just a better variant of the grid. There are some wormholes here. I don't know where they lead, but they do exist. But how about I get myself better physics labs?
Alert. Science unit engaged.
Oh, that's sad. Very sad. In the far corner of the galaxy, one of my systems got... or one of my ships got attacked.
Construction
Boo.
complete.
Hoo. Okay, but this listening post gives us a little bit of access to what we have here. So, these are the fleets of Havariga Technocracy. Not necessarily all of them, but at least some of them. So, they have a fleet of... Well, they have like a combined fleet of about 3.6 or 3.7k. Which is entirely doable, because this can actually protect me against that for the most part. And if I can, like, get them into a fight in Izar and just jump in, they are going to be toast. That fleet is not going to take it.
Executing evasion protocols.
Apparently more of my science vessels are getting attacked. I do want to build up a second fleet, but once I have my second fleet, it basically puts me in a situation where the Havariga Technocracy is no longer as strong as it could otherwise be. I'm building those anchorages now, and let's also make sure that we have enough shipyards here to construct all of the future ships that we're going to need. We could build a resource silo here. Is there anything else that I would really need? Not the hyperlane register, not really the disruption fields or the jammers. Weapons range, not necessary. If they get here, then we've pretty much already screwed up. So let's get the resource silo.
Construction complete.
I mean, the real thing is, we don't know if these guys have listening posts. They might very well have them, and that might mean that they will know if I move in any fleets of my own.
System survey complete.
It's a tricky one. Some organics are shifting their ethics and whatnot. Don't really care. It's not really information that is particularly important for me.